Hello everyone. I hope you are doing well. My name is Dheeraj Chaudhary and welcome back to our AWS ECS Cloud Engineer Essential series. So far we have covered the ECS fundamentals, cluster, ECR and IAM rules. Now comes a critical decision point. How will your container actually runs? AWS ECS offer two launch types. One is Fargate and another one is EC2 that I showed you while we were creating the cluster. And choosing the right one impacts your cost, operations, and scalability. In this video, we will explore both options, compare them side by side, and help you decide which fits your use case. So let's deep dive into it. Fargate is AWS serverless option for running containers. So serverless means you don't see or manage any servers. They exist, but AWS handles everything for you. Here's how it works. You define your task, what container to run and how much CPU and memory it needs, and Fargate will automatically find that capacity for you and run it. You never SSH into the server, never patch the server, that is the operating system of the server, and never worry about EC2 instance types that Amazon is going to use in the backend. Billing is straightforward. You only pay for the virtual CPU and memory your containers consume, calculated per second billing. If your container runs for 5 minutes, you pay for 5 minutes. When it stops, the billing stops. This is ideal if you want to focus purely on your application without infrastructure overhead. The trade-off is less control. You can't customize the underlying operating system or access the host machine. Now, what is EC2 launch type? So the EC2 launch type means your container runs on EC2 instances that you provision and manage. You are in full control. You choose the instance type like T3 medium, C5 large, etc., etc. Select your AMI, configure security, install softwares that you want. Each EC2 instance runs the ECS agent, which registers the instance with your cluster. ECS then schedules tasks on these instances based on the available resources on your EC2. You pay for the EC2 instances as long as they are running, whether containers are using them or they are not using. If you launch a T3 large and only run one small container, you still pay for the entire instance. The benefit is flexibility. Need GPU instances for machine learning? Use P3 instances. Need specific kernel modules? Install them. Want to SSH and troubleshoot? You can. You can do a lot of things when it comes to EC2, but you should have a good amount of experience about the workload that you're going to host on it. EC2 launch type is best when you need infrastructure control, have steady workloads that justify long running instances, or require specific instance features. Let's compare these side by side to understand the trade offs between them. Infrastructure management, Fargate abstracts everything. You never think about the servers. EC2 requires you to manage instances, scaling groups, patching, and monitoring. Then pricing. For Fargate, it charges for the exact CPU and the memory your task uses. EC2 charges for the whole instance. For sporadic workloads, Fargate is often cheaper. For steady, high utilization workloads, EC2 can be more economical for you. From the scalability perspective, Fargate scales instantly. Just launch more tasks based on the incoming traffic. EC2 requires launching a new instance first, which take minutes. However, if EC2 instance already have a spare capacity, task starts immediately on the new one. Customization. So with Fargate, you can't access the host operating system or install the custom software outside your container. So EC2 gives you full root access to do anything. Now the operational overhead, Fargate has almost none operational overhead. AWS handles the patching and maintenance for you, but EC2 requires you to keep instance updated and healthy on your own. Now, another important aspect is cold start. Fargate task takes a few extra seconds to start because AWS provisions the resources in the backend, but EC2 tasks start faster if the instance is already existing in your cluster. Don't think that it will spin up the EC2 instance then. No. If it is already available and it is going to launch, that will be very fast compared to the Fargate task creation. Now, let's understand when to use Fargate. So Fargate shines in specific scenarios. If your workload is unpredictable, maybe a data pre-processing, job that runs a few minutes a day, Fargate is perfect for you. You pay only when it runs, and scaling happens automatically if it is going to require more CPU or memory. Teams without DevOps engineer benefits hugely from Fargate because there is no need to manage EC2 auto scaling groups, patch operating system, or monitor instance health. Your developers focus on code, not infrastructure. Microservices architecture work well with Fargate because each service can scale independently without worrying about the instance capacity. If your API suddenly gets traffic, Fargate launches more instance instantly for you. Development and testing environments are ideal for Fargate. Spin up environments when needed, tear them down when done, and pay only for the actual usage. If you are experimenting with containerized application and want to get started quickly, Fargate removes all the infrastructure complexity for you. Now let's understand when to use EC2 launch type. EC2 launch type makes sense when you have steady workloads that run 24/7. If your containers consistently use 80 to 90% of instance capacity, EC2 is more cost effective than Fargate in that use case. Certain workloads need specific instance features. Machine learning tasks might need GPU instances, that is P3 and G4. High performance computing might need compute optimized instances that can be C5, or memory database uh, might require high memory instances, that is R5. So Fargate has limited instance types option compared to the EC2 launch type. So over here in these kinds of scenarios, you can use EC2 launch type. If you need to install custom kernel modules, configure the operating system, or have host level troubleshooting requirements, EC2 is your only option. Cost optimization is significant for long running workloads. You can purchase EC2 reserved instance or saving plans for 30 to 70% discount compared to the on demand pricing. Fargate doesn't offer reserved capacity. Some compliance frameworks require dedicated hardware or specific security configurations that only EC2 can provide compared to Fargate. Finally, if you have already uh, created a EC2 infrastructure, adding ECS to an existing instance can minimize utilization without any additional cost to it. So let's talk about some hybrid strategies and migration that you can use. You are not logged into one choice. So right now I was just talking about Fargate and EC2. You are thinking that both are separate, we can only use one. No, you are not logged into one choice. A single ECS cluster can run both Fargate as well as EC2 tasks simultaneously. So if I take you to the screen over here, see in infrastructure, it says Fargate only, that is serverless, fully serverless. Then it says Fargate and managed instances, that is again managed by them, but we have more controls when we do this compared to the Fargate only. And you also have Fargate and self-managed instances. So a common pattern is running baseline workloads on EC2 instances for cost efficiency, then using Fargate for burst traffic. Your EC2 instances handle predictable workload, and the Fargate scales instantly when there is an unknown sudden traffic spike. Capacity providers makes this automatic. You define a strategy like maintain 80% utilization on EC2 overflow. If anything above that 80% goes to Fargate, and ECS handles the orchestration for you. Migration is flexible. Many teams start with Fargate for simplicity, then migrate to high usage services to EC2 once usage patterns are clear. Switching only to one type, updating the task definition requires compatibilities field and redeployment as per the requirement. The flexibility is powerful, uh, where you optimize each workload independently based on its actual usage pattern. So let's look at some real numbers with some cost comparison example. So let's start with a Fargate example. A Fargate task with one CPU and 2 GB memory cost about 0.04 per hour for you, and running 24 by 7, that's roughly 29 per month for you. Okay. Now a T3 small EC2 instance with two virtual CPU and 2 GB cost about 0.02 per hour or 15th per month. So on the surface, ECM seems cheaper for you, right? Compared to the previous example where you can see the Fargate is having more cost compared to EC2. So however, the critical difference is utilization. EC2 charges even when idle, Fargate charges only when containers are running. If your task run for 24/7 at high utilization, EC2 is the winner over there. You are paying for an instance you are fully using and it's cheaper per resource. If your task runs 4 hours per day, Fargate cost about $5 per month, while EC2 still cost you $15 per month because the instance runs 24/7. So Fargate wins significantly over here. And if you add reserved instances to EC2 calculation and long-term cost drop further, potentially 60% less you will achieve. But this requires a 1 to 3 years of commitment when you're going to go for reserved instances. So the formula over here is simple. High utilization favors EC2 and low utilization favors Fargate. And that's a wrap for our today's tutorial, where I hope you understood the EC2 launch type, that is Fargate and EC2. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning step by step, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the upcoming tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.